In this Fort Aspenwood video, I play on the Luxon side, and I'm using Shield of Deflection as my lead. As you can see here, this is Protection Prayers. I have 12 in Protection Prayers for this match, and for 9 seconds, target ally has 75% chance to block attacks and gains 27 armor. So not a skill you see used a whole lot. You might think of it as kind of the elite version of Guardian, but if you're playing a game and you notice there's lots of physical damage enemies that you're facing, rangers or warriors, dervishes, assassins, this is a good option. Now, I do lack on a heavy heal skill, like a Word of Healing or Healing Burst or something like that. You can see in this particular match, there are 2 other monks in my team, so it's nice to be able to play a little bit more of a prot role and let them do the more heavy healing. I do still have healing prayers and some spells on my bar here, though. I do have Patient Spirit and Signet Rejuvenation. I don't like just running a pure prot monk. I like doing a hybrid so I can prot and heal. So I think when it's all said and done with the runes and insignias, or runes that I have here, I have 12 in healing and then 12 in protection. The rest probably in divine favor, and then maybe a couple leftover points I just put into shadow arts. As you can see, I do have Dark Escape as my shadow arts skill. I am a big fan of Dark Escape. I think it really saves you from some spikes. It does have a 30-second recharge, but the duration's pretty decent. Even with just a couple points in it, you can get into 6 seconds or 8 seconds, and it's just 5 energy. So a really nice, kind of like a save me skill if you're getting spiked. I also brought with me Spirit Bond, which is another really strong, kind of a necessary monk protection prayers skill in Fort Aspenwood, because if you take over 60 damage, then you get healed for a certain amount, depending on how much you have in protection prayers. So that's good for the heavy spikes. If I want to deal with constant small damage, I have Shield of Absorption, which I really like. In fact, a really good combo is using Shield of Absorption with Dark Escape, because Dark Escape halves my damage, and then whenever I take damage, Shield of Absorption will reduce it by 5. So it's a really quick way to get down to 0 damage. If you have a bunch of enemies on you all at once, really good skill combo. Then of course I need to be able to take care of conditions and hexes, so I have draw conditions, which is really my go-to as a monk. It's very rare that I run something like dismiss conditions or mend ailment or something like that. I much prefer to just draw them on myself and then just tank through those conditions, whatever they might be. A little bit dangerous because I could get dazed or something like that, but that's how I usually play. Just because, you know, when your allies get conditioned, you don't want to just be able to remove one, right? If they're getting spiked down and say they have a deep wound on them, it's probably going to be covered by other conditions, maybe bleeding or poison or something like that. So I really want to be able to draw or remove all of them right away. And then for my hex removal, I have Cure Hex. This one I'm a big fan of because of its healing abilities. So it heals for like, I think 102 health points if you remove a hex at the 12 healing prayers that I'm running. Sometimes I do prefer Holy Veil. I think in random arenas I used to always run Holy Veil. Because then, you know, there are hexes that are targeting you. If you have Holy Veil on you, they cast slower. You can remove it without having to cast. So like if you get diverted, you can just remove Holy Veil and remove diversion. The Holy Veil definitely has its uses, but since I'm already kind of lacking in healing abilities with this build, I like Cure Hex. So overall, our team's doing a good job. We've already kind of stormed through these gates. We're in this middle area. See, I've been using Shield of Deflection here whenever I see my allies kind of taking damage from this pet or any other kind of physical damage characters. But pretty nice, you know, it lasts for 9 seconds, recharges in 10, so it's kind of like a indefinite 75% chance to block. And plus 27 armor, which is pretty good. Plus 27 armor will definitely reduce a lot of damage. I forget kind of the calculations for it, but it's good. Luckily here with 3 monks though, our team still does have some pretty good damage. Rachel Evans here is likely running Strike as 1, which I know I've said this before in some of my other videos, but one of my favorite builds for Fort Aspenwood. I think Strike is one with Brutal Strike. Makes for an incredible build. Normally, too, when you're running that build, you do have Otuya's Cry, which makes your pet unblockable. So if I was facing an enemy and they were using Otuya's Cry, then Shield of Deflection wouldn't work. So it's something to kind of consider. But there you go, the gatekeepers are down. We're taking out Gunther. And it looks like this will be kind of a quick game. Siege Turtles are laying down some attacks. And Gunther is dropping. So thanks for watching, guys, and cheers.